Welcome to Egypt. This is part one of my three-part Egypt vlog where I talk about going on a group trip with El Camino Travel to Cairo, Aswan, and Luxor, Egypt in November 2023 during the week when the U.S. celebrates Thanksgiving. There's lots of interesting things that I noticed in general about Egypt that are completely different from America. For instance, as I was riding with different drivers and Ubers, I noticed various people of various ages jaywalking across the street and busy highways, even in the dark when you can barely see them. I mean, at one point, we almost hit an older man during this ride who was crossing the street with someone holding his arm, but still, they both almost got hit. And sometimes these Uber drivers have their rear windows completely covered. You can also smoke almost anywhere, even inside of restaurants, something that was abolished in America a few decades ago. I bought this trip a year ago on Black Friday in 2022, and I was really excited to arrive. I believe I was the last person actually to arrive on that Sunday evening, and we stayed for 9 days total in the country. We started off by going to a location that I don't know the name of, but we had a rooftop dinner, and this was put on by Akka, A-K-K-A, who featured a 6-course meal made from their own proprietary blend of pomegranate oils. This dinner and many, many other meals throughout the week, I ate a lot of things that I don't remember what they're called or never knew what they were called, but enjoyed almost all of it.
Hello. Everyone. Good.
How's everyone doing? How's your trip so far?
Fabulous so far.
Good starting.
We just got here, you know.
The next day, we started off with a bang, visiting the Giza pyramids and the Sphinx, and we also took a camel ride when we were there. group decided to go inside and walk kind of hunched down a 10 or 15 minute walk inside the pyramid, but there was absolutely nothing to see. And when the tour guide explained that it was hot and that there's only one way in and one way out, I said, oh, I'm good. I think I'll stay outside. Our group was able to get access in between the paws of the Sphinx, which are currently off limits to visitors. Because I got up on the Camel, which I did not do during my Morocco trip 6 months earlier. But I tell you what, that thing was bumpy. Okay, I kept sliding toward the front. I could not stay centered. And for a good 10 minutes of the 20-minute ride, I felt like I was sliding on my right side and was going to come off. Not to mention the thingy that you hold on to in the front of you on the saddle. It had little bumpy things on it, which made my hands raw. I should have wore gloves, but I didn't know. But at least I did it. We did all of this for a few hours on Monday morning before finally getting to have lunch overlooking the Giza plateau. way back to the hotel, we stopped at a jewelry store. I bought an 18-karat gold pendant with my first name spelled in hieroglyphics. I could actually only afford one emblem on the back instead of 3, so I picked the lotus flower, which is a traditional symbol of love and health. It cost me $540 US, and I was like, wow, I blew most of my budget on day 1, which of course didn't stop me, but I'm glad to have it. Day 3, we got an early start, having breakfast quickly at the hotel, and then heading over to the Egyptian Museum. It was super packed, even at 9 a.m. Multiple tour groups were everywhere. We saw more mummies than we could count, including a special room with King Tut's belongings, where you're not allowed to take pictures or video, but of course there were some ignorant folks who tried anyway. Because our tour guide is also an archaeologist, she was able to give us many details about the history of mummification, statues, and other ancient Egyptian traditions. And now for one of my favorite activities in Cairo, the Culinary Tour. I like the fact that they call it a culinary tour instead of a food tour. It's very elegant, but we headed downtown for this food tour to feast on regional specialties. And again, as I mentioned before, I didn't write down what these things were, but I'm a foodie, so I tried almost everything. this restaurant. I see on the paper underneath the sandwich that it's GYD. We had chicken and beef, all kinds of sandwiches, and other snacks that are pure Egyptian food. Next, we relished the sights and sounds as we took a short walk to get some ice cream. After that, the thing that everybody was waiting for since the moment we got up, coffee.
Well, I only learned one word, so that's arriba means just a little sugar. Almost like arriba, but with a...
Wait a minute.
Are they public?
Is that nougat? No way. You guys have to help me. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm worried about when I'm in Jordan.
That evening, much of the group either decided to chill in their rooms or go shopping, and then they ate amongst themselves. There were 4 of us who decided to have dinner together at the hotel, just to keep things simple and not have to run anywhere else, because we had a long day of eating, right? Actually, I think simple is relative because there were 4 or 5 restaurants to choose from in Sheraton. We finally settled on El Mawardia. I'm saying that right. It was an excellent choice. Couple of us had some grilled skewers with kofta, which is a mixture of lamb and beef that to me tastes like sausage and it's delicious. I decided to have oxtails and potatoes. That's it for Cairo, but I have a whole lot more to share with you. The next day, which was the day before Thanksgiving, we checked out of the Sheraton in Cairo and flew to Aswan, so I cover our Aswan adventures in part 2 of this Egypt vlog. By the way, if you haven't seen my other vlogs on my 2023 trips to Mexico, Portugal, Morocco, and Colombia, you can catch up in my Travelations playlist. See you there.